Hello, this is RICKY, the YouTube Tech Guy. Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Mobile Weekly / Mobile Q&A. We go over all latest news that happened during the week of mobile and tech and answer your questions live. If you have a question you want to ask, just ask it in the comment section down below and I will answer it before the end of the show. Alright guys, there is a lot of news breaking down. We have our first images of the Galaxy Fold 4 and Galaxy Flip 4 in the real world, and they were taken down, but we still have some images from when they were taken originally. So with that being said, let's get to the news. Alright, so the first bit of news, like I said, is both of these phones were finally captured in the real world, and it's interesting. So these are the backs of both of them, so the Fold 4 as well as the Flip 4. I am happy these cameras do look a little bit bigger in ring size, so I am hoping that, yeah, we do get the 50 megapixel for the Fold 4. I'm hoping that's the same as for the Flip 4, but, you know, we've pretty much heard for a long time the Fold 4 is getting upgraded cameras, but not so much always the Flip 4, so a little concerned on that one. But we can kind of see just how it looks. So it is a bit wider, which I do like. You can really notice it in this one. This is definitely a wider and a little bit shorter. Not as much as I probably would have liked. I probably might have liked a little bit wider, but we'll have to wait and see just how it turns out. Definitely cannot wait for it. And then we had some more images. So this comes from a gentleman called Noah _Tech. And basically he went to and saw all these, you know, products at a store that shouldn't have had it out. But yeah, so unfortunately though, when you do try to click it, it has been taken down. So we can't get the most detailed images up close, but you can see this is how the Flip 4 is going to look. And then we have how the Fold 4 is going to look. So exactly what we're getting, just a wider phone, which is, again, I think what a lot of people have been wanting for the Fold 4. And in terms of the Flip 4, again, we kind of want to just slight upgrades and keep that pricing if at all possible, which the rumor mill is still crazy about that. There are more things that are saying now this week that it's going to go up in price, but I very well do think that, knowing Samsung as well as I know them, that could also be a red herring, and like that way people are more grateful and more like yes kind of thing when it comes down to upgrading. So yes. All right. And then we have some leaked images from Amazon in another country for the S Pen case and the 12L case. Now we went through the S Pen case a little while ago, but this is again kind of confirming that we are getting a slightly shorter phone compared to the Fold 3 and a slightly wider phone, which is again the biggest relief possible. They are the same screen size, so I do want to note that these are the same screen size as before. They're just a little bit wider. So that's the biggest thing, just to clarify. They are going to be the same screen size. It's just a little bit wider on both this one and of course therefore this one, and shorter as well. So that's what we're getting. Now in this you can kind of see some of the 12L, and for those of you who don't know, this is the influence of Google's idea for tablets as well as foldable devices. So what does that mean? It means a couple of things. So one, you have a permanent place down here for a organizational tool. So this is really cool because of course with foldables you have so much more real estate, and you essentially have a dock like you do on Windows or like you do on even Apple or anything like that, like a computer style, because of this bigger screen. And I am here for it. I'm definitely down to have a permanent row right here. I will probably have it go away when I don't need it, but just swiping up and getting that is perfect for me. And then you also have more split apps. So this is an instance of Gmail, and you have it right here where you have the emails on one side and the actual messages of those emails on this side. Now I love this because Outlook had that and partnered with Samsung to get it a while back, but Gmail did not always have it. So this is a much better version to have for Google. Then you're also getting an easy split screen button right here. So at the bottom right here, you can see an easy split screen button, which I'm all for. More and more split screen capability. Yes, please. This is better than Android 13 in my opinion. I've seen some of the Android 13 UI. No, I did not download the beta just because the only phone that I could download the beta on is the phone that I use on a daily basis. If it was available for the A series, the A53 for example, I would have totally downloaded the beta, but because it is only available for the S series, I did not download it. But this is like so much more important to me. 12L to me is a bigger step than Android 13 because I want Android to be better on bigger devices. All right, and then we have seen this before already, but again, just from a different angle and a more official pictures. So this case is a very interesting one. It has two parts which you can take out. So one is for the S Pen. So basically you can take put the S Pen in there and you're set. The other one is, see this cutout right here? You can take it out and put the other one instead, and that is a kickstand. The idea is behind it, when you need the S Pen to go with you, you take it. When you need a kickstand with you, you take it. The problem with that is, of course, is we want both. We don't want to choose one or the other, Samsung. I don't know why you thought we would. So this, to me, is just like, yeah, not gonna go for this case. Probably, I'll probably have it to show you guys and tell you guys how good it is or how bad it is. But this will not probably be my permanent case. I will probably instead get the kickstand case and get the Rinky S Pen holder that I did for my S22 Ultra. If you haven't, or sorry, for the S21 Ultra. If you haven't seen that video, just search on YouTube S Pen holder. It's one of the top ranked videos, and you can basically get an add-on to hold it. Rinky was probably the best one. If you want the link for that one later on in the video, just leave it in the comment section. I'll go ahead and find it for you again. But it is definitely the best S Pen holder that you can just attach to any case you have. So definitely all for that again. Then we're also getting confirmation, and I hope Mullet Baby is here to break the news for us if he knows more about it. But from what we're hearing is that when the Tab S9 is announced with the S series at the beginning of 2023 in February, we're also going to be getting a foldable tablet. Now, this is very interesting to me. It automatically means I will probably not be getting the Tab S9 and probably instead be going for the foldable, depending on how big the foldable is, of course, because I do love, absolutely love, the Ultra tablet for my S8. I really do love it. It's just like the perfect tablet to me. So I am very interested to see how this goes, because I don't see myself getting rid of a 14-inch or how big is that? Yeah, 14-inch display, right? Or 12.2-inch display. I forgot how big the Tab S Ultra is. I'll have to check that in a second. I have it over here, but I forgot how big it is. I want to say it's a 14-inch display. But just having that big of a tablet is awesome. So, but this has me very intrigued. Like, if I could get like a 12-inch foldable tablet, might have to buy that. Yeah, let me know. Are you more interested in a foldable tablet compared to a foldable phone, or are you just not interested in either one? Let me know in the comment section. I'm curious what your guys' thoughts are for this one. All right, and then we are also getting some leaks that the Flip 4 luckily will have a bigger battery. Probably the biggest weakness of the Flip 3 was the battery life. The cameras were okay for the price. The flipping ability for that price was great. But the larger battery is definitely the thing. So it's going to go from a 3,300 that was on the Flip 3 to a 3,700 on the Flip 4. Very happy about that. It's a 12% increase, but I think again that's the biggest thing that I had an issue with the Flip 3. Keep in mind, I mean, my mom, I bought it for her, and she has loved it this entire time. She has never had a complaint about it. But that's just one thing that's very good about that one. All right. Then we have some other good news, and that is that Samsung looks to be charging their Galaxy 5 watch faster. So I am very curious to see how much it will be, and it charging faster is again a really interesting thing because now it's going to be charging 10 watts. So it should be able to charge 45% in 30 minutes. So that's really an interesting proposition. We'll have to wait to see if it gets faster, like the Apple Watch Series 7 that's supposed to be faster. But it's very curious. Like I am all for this to get a faster charger for the watch. Definitely cannot wait. Definitely just so interesting to get a faster one. Also, I will add that an upcoming video, if you are interested on the Samsung watches, is this. This was a really awesome thing that I highlighted on Prime Day. This is a battery pack, 4,000 milliamp battery pack. And it has a Type-C out, so if you need to charge a phone, it'll do it at with power delivery speed, so fast charge. Or it'll charge an iPhone as fast as it can go. But the biggest thing about this is that it charges your Samsung watch, magnetically connects, and then just gets going. And that is so cool. You do have to turn on like the power button. That's one thing I noticed with it. But once you do, let's just have it say here, boom, it's charging, it's going. So I love this one. If you want the link for it, let me know before the end of the show. I can give it to you. But that is something that I was like, oh my God, there's so many times when I forget to charge my phone for the day and I just don't have the charger with me. So that, awesome to have for sure. All right, then we also have some updated news on more of the Fold 4 features, and there's a couple of things. So fast charging, there's some rumors saying that we're going to get the 25 watt charge, but others are saying 65. So we will have to wait and see that. It does look like we are going to get the newer processor, so the Snapdragon 8 Plus. So this actually will be a faster processor than the S22 Ultra. So that is one thing that it will have over the S22 Ultra. In my opinion, one of the very few things, but it will have that. 10 megapixel selfie camera on the front screen. And then a 4 megapixel, 16 megapixel sensor on the under display. 50 megapixel primary, 12 megapixel ultra wide, and 10 megapixel telephoto with 3 optical. It is going to come with Android 12, although this is 4.1.1. It's basically Android 12L is what we are now seeing, or at least it has elements of Android 12L within it, so I'm all for that. And it is going to feature a 4,400 milliamp battery, so still not as big as we get with the flagships, which are at 5,000 now. IPX8, that means that even though a lot of people are touting this is going to be a better dust resistance, they're not certifying it to be a better dust resistance. So that is just something to note, because it doesn't have an S Pen, but that it is going to be IPX8 rating and not IP68 rating. For example, the 6 or the X protrudes to the dust resistance, but you can dunk it in water like I did. All right, and in other news, I think this one's kind of interesting. Now, again, we never like to get into government or politics or anything like that, but I think this is more interesting because this is something in the state of tech that I do agree with. I do think that, you know, you should have definite feel of, like, if something is advertised to you, you should get it. And if it's false advertising, you should be called out on it. You know, you can't use an OB1 and from a certain point of view kind of thing. It should be what it is. And the California DMV, which I live in California, so this is kind of interesting to me specifically, because I agree with this, that Tesla is falsely portraying the vehicle as fully autonomous. And Tesla, by the way, does not have the best fully autonomous driving. That is actually Mercedes, which is currently going to be the first car manufacturer. It's going through the process right now to get to level 5 autonomy, which is the autonomy that everyone wants to get to. Tesla's at level 3. So basically that is the whole idea, is that, oh, well, if you upgrade your car and get autopilot, this is the wording they're using. All you need to do is get in and your car can go, and you don't have to say anything, you don't have to look at your calendar, you can do whatever you want, your Tesla will drive you, you don't have to worry about it. At the same time, when you activate this feature, they make you agree that they are not liable for anything if anything goes wrong. So it's a whole big thing about it. And so I do agree that you cannot advertise it this way if it is not what you're agreeing to, and it's not what you make customers agree to when they use it. Because if I'm told, like, oh, I don't have to touch the steering wheel, I don't have to look at the road in front of me, I don't have to do any of that stuff, right, with this autonomy, but you do, and if it goes wrong, it's on your fault, not Tesla's, for even though they said I don't have to. In the fine print, they always make you agree that you do have to. So I do agree that there is something wrong with the wording that's being said. I believe false advertising is false advertising. So yeah, it's definitely something that I think is very interesting to see how this kind of goes about. All right, guys, now that being said, let's get to your questions. If you have a question you want to ask, just ask it in the comment section down below, and I will answer it before the end of the show. All right. JFlow444 asks, "Hey, buddy, there's so much hype on people that love the Note series. That love the Note series are not as superior as the Fold 3. In your opinion, what do you think? I'm very serious about getting the Fold 3." Got it. Okay, but you did ask another question right after, so let me read both just to make sure. I watch YouTube saying if you love the Notes and you'll love the Fold 3 even better because you have the S Pen multi-function up to 3 windows versus 2. No, your Note Ultra. Okay, so here's the thing. The Fold series doesn't get the best of the best. You don't get the best camera that Samsung has to offer. You also don't get the best, what would you say, battery that Samsung has to offer. Even like, certain features are split in that case, because the Fold does have unique features, obviously, that the regular S22 series doesn't have. So there's some differences there. But overall, what will I say is better? That always depends on the person using it. For me, I love the S Pen, and there is a huge difference in the S Pen being built in and the S Pen being outside of the phone. So yes, you can totally use the Fold with an S Pen, but it is a pain. Having an S Pen outside of the phone is not the same experience as having an S Pen built right in. It is so convenient to have it built right in. Plus, it has additional functionality, and you don't have to get such a bulky case. Like, this case is really thin, protects it fine, gives me a kickstand, gives me everything I need. But if I have to get a Fold with an S Pen, either have to get a special case that's bulky and that generally doesn't allow me to use my wireless charging, or I have to get like a really bulky case that it's even wider than normally would be, and it makes it thicker. So it's not the same experience for the S Pen first. Now, is having a bigger screen really great? Absolutely. I mean, I feel, I don't know which one I'm more productive with, because I always go back and forth on that. Every time I get a Fold, I feel like, wow, this is so much more productive. when I do split screen on having when my work programs. So when I have Outlook and Teams together, man, that is just perfect on a fold. Because I can see both full apps in their entirety, and it's just so much of a better experience than it would be split screen on an S22 Ultra, which is the which is the Note successor, just so you know. So the Note series has stopped, and Samsung has basically just revamped the Note series into the S Ultra series. So the S22 Ultra is basically the Note. It's the Note, and that's why a lot of people bought it more than any other S22 Ultra or any S Ultra series had sold over the past 3 years, because everyone wanted the Note back. So that's why they created this. So it's a Note by any other name is the whole joke about the S22 Ultra series. So Fold 4 and S22 Ultra. S22 Ultra has a better camera, has a better battery life and camera, has the S Pen built in. So those are your advantages for the S22 Ultra. The Fold 4, bigger display once you open it up. It has not an S Pen built in, but you can have an S Pen outside, and it has a unique viewing experience for anything that you view on it, because everything is bigger and it is a much more immersive experience, I could say very comfortably. So which one is better? Well, it depends on what really matters to you. A lot of people, once they have a foldable, it really is like, man, I am sticking with this just because of the nice big screen. Other people, oh, well, the Fold was nice, but like, I feel like I have to tiptoe around everything. It's a bulkier phone, so I feel it's different in my pocket. Me specifically, because I have two phones. So I have two phones. So already when I have both phones in my pocket, this is what I'm working with, right? So I'm working with this kind of size. I essentially have a third phone when I have a Fold with me, because it's basically like two phones in terms of thickness. So all those things are, taken into account, right? But if you're asking about like the Fold 3 versus what the Note 20 was, the last Note, should you get the Fold 3? Should you be serious about it? Absolutely. I do always recommend, having some hands-on experience with it. So whether that means going to your local carrier, T-Mobile, Verizon, or AT&T, or going to like a Best Buy and really feeling out the Fold 3, because it is narrow, and that's one of the benefits of the Fold 4 is it's going to be wider. So for me, that alone, it being wider, is a reason I would honestly tell someone to upgrade from the Fold 3 to the Fold 4, because I believe the experience will be that much better because of it. Now, Samsung has discounted the Fold 3 a lot, so it's really enticing right now. But the Fold 4 is going to go through pre-orders this week, which means you will get the most for your trade-in that you ever can for your Fold 4 if you purchase that. So those are my thoughts on it. Is it superior or whatever? I mean, each phone has its benefits. But the S Pen for the Fold series is not as good, is not as accurate as the one on the Ultra series now. But it's nice having it. It's better than having it than not. But I often did not always have my S Pen with my Fold, just because it made the experience too bulky. All right. Can't wait for an action-packed show. For mine, I thought you were referencing Unpacked, but yeah, I try to do good show for you guys. If Samsung Watch sales don't pick up within 3 years, Samsung will return to square design and try to compete with Apple. You think they will? I don't know. I mean, remember, Samsung was the originator of the square, or I would say more like a rectangle watch. I love still to this day. What was it? Was it the Gear S design? The bendable rectangle one. I'm trying to remember if that was the Gear S or which one was that. I think that was the first Gear S that was like that. But yeah, I loved that design still. Like if they would bring that back, I would rock that. But I do like the watch looking like a watch thing. But I would personally choose a rectangle over a square. That's just my personal opinion. I've never liked square watches. I've never liked them at all. So if Samsung would go square, I probably would try to find something else. Um, and that would suck. But yeah, I don't like square watches. I never have. And I'm talking about watches, not smart watches. I've never liked the square watch. It looks not right to me. And that was before Apple made them. Like I like cuz I think it was called the Galaxy Gear that was Samsung's first ever Android OS watch. It was like them and two other companies, LG and another company, all came out with the first Android Wear watches, and they all weren't good. Yeah, those, like, I did not like the design. I was like, yeah, no, I just don't like a square watch. All right. Why is it that it seems Verizon is always late to get One UI updates? Do you know when it comes out? Verizon's probably the slowest because, to be quite honest, they take forever to upgrade their software. And all carriers are guilty of this. Don't get me wrong. Like compared to an unlocked phone overseas, compared to the phones we have here, when carriers have to approve the update, it takes so much longer. That's why Google started to, but still doesn't effectively do it, in my opinion. Do app updates instead of OS updates because again they have to wait for carriers to do an OS update, but an app update they can push out. So they'll just update like Google services and Google Play Store and the Gmail app and all. They do that kind of pushes way more often now than they used to because they can pull features that way as opposed to waiting for the carrier. But yeah, still not as good as they could be. Foldable tablet better than a phone? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Galaxy Fold 3, how to add an S Pen folder to any phone. Oh, there you go. That's the video that I had for it. I think the video, S Pen video. There you go. This guy was bragging that a Note user should go over to a Fold 3. Is it superior to Notes in your opinion? So no, I wouldn't say it's superior to Notes in your opinion. It's a really cool ability, but I wouldn't say that a Fold is superior to a Note. And although I would say like the Ultra, what I said, right? I am thinking about getting the Fold 4 myself, right? I'm thinking about purchasing the Fold 4. At the same time, the reason why I'm thinking about it and not just going to do it is because I love the camera on my Ultra. Like, I love the camera on my Ultra. So leaving that camera for what I know is a lower quality one is difficult for me. So, just that's what I'm thinking of. Like, I'm like, okay, I can definitely go to the Fold. It's going to give me this bigger screen. It's going to be all cool, but I'm not going to have this camera anymore. I'm going to have to charge it a little bit more often. We'll have to wait and see, but yeah. How many levels of autonomy are there? 5. 5 levels of autonomy in cars. Going off the top of my head, I believe there are 5 levels of autonomy. But yeah. Car level of autonomy. Yeah, full automation is level 5. I believe almost every car is at level 3 right now, which is conditional automation. High automation is level 4, and level 5 is, like I said, I think Mercedes is the one that is currently on that route. Um, but yeah, that level 5 basically is like you do not need a human in there. So obviously you do not need any kind of pay attention to. Level 4 is you can have a human in there, but you don't have to have your hands on the wheel. You can kind of be whatever. So yeah. Um, as far as I know, Tesla is level 2 and 3, which yeah. So here, I pulled up this real quick just on Google to help out visually. So here you can kind of see. So all cars are level 0, basically, in terms of it. You can kind of think of like level 1 is what some newer cars have, like standard newer cars, where if you are on cruise control, it will detect if a car is in front and then slow down. So I set cruise control at 70 miles per hour. The guy in front of me, though, is going 65. As I get closer to that guy, my car then slows down and switches the cruise control to lower than 70, even though that's what I set it at, to match that in front. So that's like level 1. Level 2 is partial driving autonomy, which is what most car manufacturers are at right now. Some are at level 3, or at least testing level 3, and basically, or level 2 or 3 is what most cars are at right now. Sorry, most cars are at level 2 or 3 right now that are smart, that are testing out autonomy. Some Teslas are level 3, some Teslas are level, I think most are level 2. I think one is level 3. I forgot. I think it's the S is level 3. Level 4 is basically higher than that. So you're going to get more with that. And then level 5 is full autonomy, which is basically, I think, like I said, Mercedes seems to be the most advanced in it. And they look like they're about to be cleared to get that one. So yeah. Now at the same time, like I know people that drive Teslas in the morning to work, and they do not have their hands on the wheel. They are getting emails done and all that kind of stuff. So people do it, even though it might not be as safe as it could be. Sorry, gotta get some. My hair is driving me crazy. I just got a haircut too. When is Android 13 coming out? For Pixels, it'll be coming out this month, most likely. The final beta was pushed out, so now we're just waiting for it to come out. So usually it comes out at the end of August, beginning of September. So that's when we can expect Android 13 for the current Androids out there that rock Pixels. So the 6A, the 6 Pro, and the 6 all should have that by September. Dang, been a while since been on live stream. Hey man, J Kid, what's up? New Ricky, who this, right? I'm drunk, came to watch the Dodgers. Good to see how much you slimmed down. Yeah, man, I'm slimming down again. So I just started the contest again, weight loss competition. So hopefully before my birthday, which is less than a month away, I will hit my goal of losing over 50 pounds for this year. I think I was like at 35 pounds lost last time I checked. The weigh-in is tomorrow, so I'll see where I'm at. But yeah, I'm gonna try to hit that 50 pounds lost in 1 year's time, in less than 1 year's time, because my first weight loss competition was December. So in less than 1 year's time, I would have lost 50 pounds. And I'm trying to tell you guys, 50 pounds was my goal for my birthday. I want to lose another 20 before the end of the year. So that's where I'm at right now. I'm gonna keep going. I do feel like I do like this rhythm of losing weight, where I try really hard for 1 month, then like go normal, not pig out, but go normal for 1 month, and then like, all right, let's crank it again. Let's, lose weight, all that kind of stuff on that. Although I will say it'll be kind of hard because September is like my birthday month, right? And then October is my big vacation. I'm going to be going to Hawaii for 2 weeks. First vacation since 2019. Yeah, I think it was the last time I had a vacation. So that'll be a really cool experience to go on a long trip. And then, it's Thanksgiving, and then, so it's a lot. But I think I'm going to be able to do it. We'll have to wait and see. Again, 50 pounds for my birthday is the goal, so hopefully getting there. And it's crazy, right? I like to think that I would lose 50 pounds since last December. That's cool. Evening, Ricky. The Fold 3 is $800 right now. I heard it was like around that price. Would you advise to get it, or is it worth waiting for the Fold 4? I would say for someone getting into their first foldable, Fold 3 should be fine. I think if you have the Fold 2, I would wait for the Fold 4. I think it's more worth the upgrade for that. That being said, I mean, that's $1,000 difference. So yeah, it's really, it's a lot of money. It is. It for sure is. So yeah, it just depends on the person, as I always say, and depends on your priorities. If it's something you could treat yourself with, and try. But that, just know that it's always, be responsible. I'm a dad, what can I say? Which Samsung phones have dual SIM on it? Any international or Exynos Samsung phones typically will have dual SIM on it if you're in the US. So not the one sold directly from Samsung. Basically, you typically have to get the Exynos version to get the dual SIM. But those are typically in the US, like on Amazon and stuff like that. So yeah, that's where it would kind of be. All right. Whoa, a whole bunch of questions just loaded. Everybody drink. All right. Thank you for your answer. I agree. Old school note lover. So it's way more convenient to have a built-in S Pen. Definitely way more convenient. So I think I'll wait up and see what's coming. Plus, the Defender Otterbox case is my go-to. Oh, yeah, you can't. They don't even make a Defender Otterbox. I don't even know if Otterbox makes a case for the Fold. So that's kind of curious. By the way, it's been a while. Good to see you, man. Good to see you too, Jay. I went to live show over the weekend, and I was amazed at the picture quality of the S22 Ultra. Also took some amazing video at 1080p 60 frames. You watched the show. Excellent audio and sound quality. I'm so glad you had that awesome quality. Great to hear, honestly. That's exactly what I say. You have to walk in, not break it. Yeah. Ricky has 2 phones because he's living a double life. Hey man, I'm all about that double life. No Bluetooth S Pen on the Fold 4. Nope. Yeah. We can't reveal what's actually he's actually a Green Lantern. Oh darn. Yeah, all that OA power behind me. I had the Gear 2. Is Samsung Galaxy S22 a good S22 Ultra a good phone? It's a great phone. It is currently the best phone on the market. I would tell anyone right now. I don't think there is a contender for a better phone in the market right now than the S22 Ultra overall. I don't think there's any contender right now. Do you remember when Samsung had info ticker at the bottom of the screen, like ESPN update? Had an info ticker at the bottom of the screen. I remember when they had a side ticker. That was with the when the Note 4 came out. The Note 4. What the heck was that called? The one that came with the Note 4 that was a bendable one-sided curve. I cannot think of it. Let me know in the comments section. It was the one that came out in between the Note 4 and Note 5, and it had a curved display. It was the first curved display. I cannot think of it. If anyone in the comment section can think of it, the first Note with the curved display, let me know what you guys think. Note 4 Edge. There you go. No, I don't. Oh my God, yeah, S6 Edge, S7 Edge, all the edges. Yeah. So the Note 4 Edge had a ticker on it, and you could make it whatever you wanted. But that was the first one I remember with the ticker. I don't remember ever there being a ticker underneath, but I just could be forgetting that part. Let's see. Do you remember? Oh yeah. Today's phones are missing the wow factor these days. Most companies are concentrating on cameras. Do you remember when you could scroll the screen with your eyes? Yes, that was the S5, if I believe. Galaxy S5. Like this. And it would scroll the screen. Didn't last long, but yeah, just because like you have no idea how much you move your eyes, and like it was just more frustrating than anything. Do miss the Jedi Power though thing where you could go like this, and it would skip the song. That was really cool. I felt because like driving, it was the best like form for driving, right? Because at that time smartphones didn't connect to your car as easily, and so I would just be like driving. I would go like this, boom, boom, like it was just like full Jedi mode. LOL, I had neither the Galaxy Watch, but I do agree with the smart-ish watch. Had one, the best things for all tech. IR Blaster. Yes, I'm serious. Yeah, no, having an IR Blaster is really cool and something that I still always bring a TCL with me on every vacation I go on because it has an IR Blaster. I need that charger to watch your show. I need that charger for the watch that you showed. Oh, okay. Let me grab it for you real quick. So you can see I just bought it on Prime Day, and it's still really not that expensive. Yes, it's no longer on like a super sale or whatever, but I mean for 21 bucks, 4,000 milliamp pack, not bad, not bad at all. We'll put it in the chat right now for you. And if you do use that link, it will help me out. It's an affiliate link. I owned all the Galaxy watches. Same here. Oh no. The Gear S Fit was a thinner bendable watch, so that was a little bit different from the other ones. I'd be scared to have a car drive for me. I think I would too, but I do imagine like by the time my son is like my age, I think it's gonna like be more of a like normal thing. You know, this is 35 years from now, but you know, still. Wait, not 35. I'm not that old, but yeah. I'm saying I'm 35 plus his existing age. I'm thinking about getting the S22 Ultra and a Galaxy Watch 4. Hey man, Samsung is definitely gonna have some big holiday and Black Friday deals. That might be the best time. You can check them every week to see if they'll have any good deals on the S22 Ultra, but that is gonna be the biggest deals you're gonna get for that phone for the remainder of the year is Black Friday. LOL, behind on the stream, but yeah, I have Square watches, even wearing an Apple Watch right now, hoping the Galaxy Watch 5 is way more better on battery life. It is, from everything we've heard, so can't wait for that. Gear 2 Neo, man. Remember that Neo. My birthday's next month too, though. Nice. So when can we expect the new Ultra? The new Ultra will be coming out in February. So February will be the next Samsung Unpacked after this week, which is Wednesday. This week on Wednesday, we're going to get the Fold 4, the Flip 4, the Buds 2 Pro, and is there something else I'm missing? Oh, the Galaxy Watch 5 and 5 Watch Pro. So we're getting all those stuff this upcoming week. So those are everything we're getting on Wednesday's announcement. Now, what are we getting after that? I'm curious on a new tablet because we haven't had a A9 or anything like that. So I don't know if we're just waiting on that or what's going to happen with there. But yeah, I'm waiting to see if we're going to get new tablets. Mainly because I'm thinking about getting a tablet for my son right now. So I'm waiting to hear. It could be that they announce the tablets at IFA, which is the first week of September. It's a Germany event where they announce certain products, and tablet would be perfect for that, especially on a flagship tablet. So maybe then, but that's one thing that I'm curious about because I told myself that when my son turns 3, which is at the end of September, that I wanted to start him on that ABC mouse thing to really start, learning more kind of thing. So, and I mean, he's smart as heck already. I mean, but yeah, it's just it's always trying to develop, and any advantages that I didn't have. What are your thoughts on the state of WWE and Marvel? The state of WWE, it has never been. I've never been more interested in watching every single episode. Like, I am so like, what's gonna happen next? Which I haven't been about WWE in for a long time. Probably, I will say I was very excited ever since Cody arrived, but that has been the biggest change. State of Marvel. Marvel is kind of, it's at its lowest point ever in the MCU, I would say, right? Because it is really interesting how everything's going to turn out, and I think the guy. So Kevin Feige, the person who made the Marvel Cinematic Universe, doesn't have as much power as he did because of the new CEO. So he is involved, but not as involved as he once was. So because of that, I feel like we're seeing certain projects like do better. But I do have hope. I'm loving the fact that I think everyone loved the fact that Daredevil is going to be like a 13 episode series instead of like a 6 episode series or an 8 episode series that we've been getting on the recent Marvel shows. So I'm all for that. But yeah, man, I would say it's at its lowest point. We'll see about Black Panther 2. I will say this, even if I think Black Panther 2 is the best movie ever, and I think Ryan Coogler did an amazing job with it, I still will always say they should have recast T'Challa, because again, I knew that character since I was a kid. I knew how the importance of that character, the prestige, the honor, the dignity, everything that character stands for. And yes, Shuri might take over as she did in the comics, and I understand that. But that character was so amazing. And I love Chadwick to death, but I still believe he would have even wanted it. But yeah, always a sensitive subject, obviously. But I think it's going to hopefully be an amazing movie, but I will still always say they should have recast the character because that character is so important. Any rumors on new earbuds for Sammy? Wednesday, new earbuds coming out from Samsung. So yes, not only rumors but facts. You still have the Note 7? That's dangerous, man. That's dangerous. I'm sure they want it back. Ticker underneath was Motorola, I believe. They had an LCD strip. Yeah, and I remember, like, especially at the bottom, like, LG had a ticker at the top. They had it on I think it was the V10 and the V20. They had, like, a little ticker thing at the top, which was kind of interesting. But yeah, I don't remember Samsung having one at the bottom. It just might be in my memory. I love the Galaxy Watch, that you could have a phone separate from your phone. Yes, that was the Gear. So the funny thing is, what we always said about the Gear S at that time was that the S stood for side phone, right? Because that had a separate phone number that, like, the person, your main person called one number, and your side. But yeah, that's what the S stood for. Let's see. Keep the Note Force. The Note will be with you. There you go. Can you explain the physical dual SIM works for someone who's never used it? Is there any downsides? Would it improve coverage? Okay, so dual SIMs means you have two different SIMs from either the same carrier or two different carriers. So essentially, I could go around and I could have a Verizon SIM card in there and a T-Mobile SIM, or more likely for compatibility wise, an AT&T SIM and a T-Mobile SIM, right? So I could have both SIM cards in my phone and have two different phone numbers entirely. That's what a dual SIM card system works. Now, you were asking about what are the advantages or disadvantages. A disadvantage is actually that having both of those radios on at all times does drain your phone battery a little bit more quite often. And you have a primary, which is basically the one you call from. So different phones handle it differently, but essentially your primary one would be the one you would typically call from. Both numbers could be called into, though. So that's the idea behind a physical dual SIM. Now, the advantages of it is, you don't have to have like a simulated number like a Google Voice or something along those lines, but you have two SIM cards. And one of the biggest advantages is that when you travel internationally, specifically, you don't have to pay an outrageous international cost for your carrier, so you could work over there. You can literally get a pay-as-you-go SIM card in the other country, and then use that one at the same time, or basically turn your regular SIM card off and turn your dual SIM secondary SIM on. So that's advantages and disadvantages to it. Wait, so which is the newest Note to come out? So the last Note to come out was the Note 20. There was no Note 21. There was no Note 22. However, the Galaxy S22 Ultra is a Note. It doesn't have the Note name, but everything that made a Note, the S Pen built in, all of the best hardware, everything like that, all of it is indeed there. So yeah, that's the big thing. Hey, got a super chat donation. Thank you so much. KLVSD, thank you so much always for the super chat donation. I forgot my super chat was ever. You don't always have to super chat, but thank you. I do appreciate it. You know that. Let's see. Do you think Samsung might reveal the Note 23 at Unpacked, at Unpacking this month, if China doesn't? So no, there's no chance that the Note will come back, at least as of right now. The S22 Ultra outsold every Ultra in past years and outsold every Note. So Samsung thinks that what they did was right. Just basically removing the Note from the name and just having the S22 Ultra or the S23 Ultra that'll come out next year have an S Pen built in. So it is a Note. It's just not called the Note anymore. Going to miss the bezel on my Watch 5. I am too, man. I'm already thinking like I have to get a screen protector. The one watch I ever cracked since I was out of high school was my the Galaxy Watch 3 Active, I think it was called. The first active watch. That was the first and only smartwatch I've ever cracked, and it was because that there was no protection on the screen. So yeah. He's going to Zoom through ABC Mouse. He's able to do Samsung tablets already. Yeah, he is. My son's been on a Samsung tablet navigating YouTube since he was like, what, 6 months? Like he's been a pro at it. In your opinion, which smart switch or plug brands is the best? They all have many brands know about. I'm not sure what you mean by smart switch or plug brands, because smart switch is an a program that Samsung uses to transfer everything over from one phone to another. But I think you might mean like adapters. Let me know in the let me know what you mean by that. Thor was awesome. I really did love Thor. Do you keep 5G on your S22 Ultra? I have good coverage in Phoenix, but I don't know if it's worth it compared to the battery usage and heat. I do keep my 5G on pretty much because of my job. So in my job, 5G actually is much faster than 4G inside my job. So I tested it. I literally tested it and noticed that things loaded much faster as soon as I disconnect from the Wi-Fi. If I'm on 4G versus 5G, the 5G was much faster, like noticeably different. So that's why I did end up leaving my 5G on this time around ever since I got my new job last year. They will nerf Daredevil because they nerfed all the male characters in the MCU. I won't hold my breath. I mean, you say they nerfed all of them, but I mean, Hawkeye is unnerfed. It's opposite of nerfed. So yeah, no, but honestly, I think it's always funny because you have to limit the powers of ones that are super powerful. Like I expect them to nerf Carol Danvers because right now she's OP, right? And I mean, look at Scarlet Witch. She was OP too. So it's kind of like I expect them to nerf some of them too, for sure. Speaking of movies, I know you still aren't caught up on Dragon Ball Super, but do you think you're going to go see Dragon Ball Superhero movie? I am. I already have my ticket. So yes, I'm going to see that. It's funny because I think I come back that night. So yeah, I come back that night, and I think, when is my ticket? Because I don't know if I'm going to have a show that night, actually, now that you mentioned that. I don't know if I'll be having my show that night because I did buy tickets to see Dragon Ball Super the movie that night. But you do make a good point. I might need to be catching up on some of my Super episodes. Okay, so I bought it for 10 p.m. so that I could still have my show and then go see it after. So I will be seeing it on the 21st at 10 p.m. Do you know about HDMI Switcher and to switch between two different devices? One that supports streaming. Yeah, so an HDMI switcher is for you to have basically, so one HDMI, it's kind of like adding on to your HDMI. So basically, if you had two HDMI slots instead of four, you might want to get an HDMI switcher, so it acts like a hub. So you would basically, so I could switch from my PS5 and my PC going into or actually, more than likely, this was something I would do if I didn't have enough HDMIs, right? I would choose between my consoles. So I would have an HDMI switcher switch between my PS5 and my Nintendo Switch. So I would basically choose which one I would want for that time and then switch with the HDMI switcher. So that's what it would be used for. So yeah, that's what it's used for. I did see, yes, I saw the Brawly one. Was that a movie or was that I've seen the new version of Brawly. So yeah, I've seen all of I saw the Goku Black saga, and I think that's where I ended right now. So I've seen Goku Black saga. Now I have caught up on that, but I have not caught up on anything. I don't think anything after that, unless Brawly's after. I have seen Brawly too, so I don't know where I'm at right now in Super. I have to recheck. Um, Still on the Gear S3 on my second battery. I love the bezel. Yep, love the bezel, man. One of the smart switches and plugs, Omni plugs on Amazon. Singfeld sold smart switches on Amazon too. Philips. Oh, like smart light switches. Smart light switches. Yes, I have them throughout my entire house. Casa. TP-Link Casa is the one that I really recommend for smart home. So yeah, that's the one I have. If you want to go ahead and check out like a lot of the new smart home tech that I have in my home, I have an entire smart home video that I did for Newegg. So if you look up on YouTube Newegg Studios, or just look up Newegg Smart Home, and it should be the first one that comes up. But you can get to see all the smart home tech that I have around my house. But yeah, the best one definitely would be Casa. So Casa smart switch. So they make all the different kinds. Well, actually, that's not true. They don't make the double one. That one I got a smaller third party. So if you need a double light switch, let me know. I can find which smart light I did for that one. But you can get like a 3-pack. So you can get a 3-pack of the standard smart lights for this one, which I have done twice actually now. Oh, I think this one might be the one that I bought for the dual one. Or no, I think it might be on the bottom. Never mind. But yeah, I have to find out. But yeah, Casa, the TP-Link app is great. It integrates with everything you could want. It's awesome. So Casa is definitely the one I like. So you have that one, and then they also have like every type of smart switch in terms of they have the dimmable kind, they have whatever kind of ones you want. But yeah, smart. If you just want a smart light switch, they have the dimmer one, they have the 3-way one. So whatever kind of one you're looking for, it will have it. And yeah, I purchased a lot of these. And they're just great and awesome. Like they have the motion sensor one if you need a motion sensor one. They have the three kind of light one. But yeah, if you want the best smart light switches, I would definitely, and smart light switches too, not smart switch. That's why. But smart light switch, I would definitely go Casa. Here's a link to that one with it's a 3-pack standard light switch. But if you need dimmable, they have dimmable ones. If you need, a motion sensor one, usually for like a restroom, they have those too. So whatever you need. Speaking of home, since you're in the autumn, when can we expecting a HETV episode event? Well, still don't know actually. So they haven't told me, so I'm going to know before it happens. But yes, you can see me on HGTV before the end of the year probably. So we'll have to see how that goes. Should be a lot of fun. Hey Ricky, have you ever used the M7 smart monitor? Thinking about getting the 43-inch. Also, do you know any devices add Bluetooth? Um, about any devices to add Bluetooth to a Samsung TV? To add Bluetooth, I'm not sure if Samsung would work with a Bluetooth dongle. That would be the most logical way to add Bluetooth to a product. But I'm not sure if Samsung's older TVs will work with it. I think it depends on the TV. So yeah, I don't think so. I mean, the way you could always do it is Samsung should have an auxiliary out, so you can get an aux out to Bluetooth. So you could get something like this, which is basically it will plug into the auxiliary port, and then you have basically a Bluetooth receiver. The only thing about this one, and they have a TV mode. Great, because TVs generally will have a delay with Bluetooth when it's like an external device. but this looks like your perfect solution for that. So yeah, there you go. So there we have that all set. And was there something else you would ask me about? Oh, the M7 smart TV, or smart monitor. Yeah, I love the M7 smart monitor. I would be checking on the prices right now because there is a new one that just came out. Or I don't think it's out yet, to be fair. But let's go to Samsung's website real quick and go ahead and find that for you. After I get all these ads out of my way. Okay, so computing, monitors, smart monitors. So, let's see. So there is a new one called the M70B, which I don't think is fully out yet, but they do have a 43-inch of it. Comparing to Samsung's website doesn't have the 43-inch of the M7 anymore. Or wait, let's see. Yeah, it doesn't look like it has, or okay, yeah, it's the same price right now because they're out of it, it looks like. So basically just check that. Now what does the M70 have more? Let's do a quick comparison because I forgot. I remember there was something that I would be like, oh, that is kind of cool to have. But I do not remember what it was anymore. So let's go ahead. Add the 43. Can I add to compare this way? Hold on. Let me try to figure this out. Okay, there we go. Compare. So many pop-ups, Samsung. Stop it. Okay. Oh, that's what it was. The response time is half the rate. So it's still the same 60 hertz. So again, these aren't gaming computer monitors. But it's half the response time, so that's much better. So it's a faster response. When would you notice that? More like gaming or video editing or anything that like where milliseconds really count. That was the first and foremost thing that I remember being different. 2 HDMIs, 1 Type-C. And they don't have everything filled out yet, so I can't tell the weight difference. But so yeah, so that would be, it's a faster response time for it. But yeah, this is a new one. I don't remember what else off the top of my head was different. Oh, I think, does it come with that camera attached to it, or you have to get it separately? I think it comes with that camera. So you have a camera attached to it, little attachment like that. It acts as a hub, so it acts as a SmartThings hub. So basically, this can help out with Z-Wave or Zigbee Wave devices if you do want to do a smart home, and you don't want to do it all through Wi-Fi. It has Alexa built in. The last one had that. Everything else looks the same though. So yeah, that's those are the biggest things I would say are the difference. So yeah, hopefully that helps. Hey, Quiet Storm, thank you for putting the Newegg Smart Home on. And we can do the shameless plug every week for my app. So yeah, if you haven't ever checked this out, I did create an app called 50 First Date Questions. It is a great game to have on a date night. You ask them a question, they ask you a question, you find out more about each other, and you have lots of fun doing it. It is proven to make sure to decide if the person you are talking to will be the person you're marrying 100% of the time. At least that's what I can say, because it worked perfectly with me and my girlfriend, who became my wife. 50 First Date Questions is in the link in the description down below for Android and iOS. Yeah, I got a bunch at the singled ones. Uh, if you accidentally turn off the breaker, they automatically remove from Alexa. So annoying. Thanks for your input. Yeah, no, Casa is absolutely best. I had it at my last house in my when we had a condo, and I did a few of them here and there. But man, it's just like everything is automated, everything is perfect. Like it's just great. Ooh, I might consider getting that Bluetooth. I've been using a Samsung Bluetooth transceiver that I saw on H2 Tech. Hey, still good. Dude, I will totally send that to my buddy at H2 Tech. That's hilarious. So yeah, I'll definitely send that one to him. That's hilarious. Um, what about Rigsby S23? Yeah. Um, yeah, a lot of Ring camera smart thermostats. Wife says it makes us lazy, but 2 years after, she loves it now. Oh man, I will never forget that everyone in the house um has done well. Not my little son, of course, because he hasn't been on a vacation with us yet. But I will say that the biggest thing that surprised me was when we started going on vacation. We got so used to turning on the lights with Google that it was just like we both, I did it, my wife did it, and my daughter all did it on vacation, where we all said, "Hey, turn on the lights," because we were just so used to that and inundated with that. So yeah. All right. I send that. Whatever happened to the in-house wireless charging technology? It's still testing out, man. Anything to do with wave technology and technology you can't see takes a long time. It's why Zigbee and Z-Wave haven't become mainstream like Bluetooth and Wi-Fi, even though they're much less energy, much more energy efficient, and much less battery consuming. That yeah, it's something that's not there yet for sure. Cause who saves receipts? Check out. Yeah, I would always take a screenshot of receipts. Like it's just you should always take a photo of it because it's just you don't save it, and I do that for work. I think if you're in any job where you've ever had to expense anything, you learn to take photos of your receipts real quick. But yeah. All right. I also saw people how they rig a solar panel to the Ring 1 and 2 and 3 doorbell. Very interesting. In fact, Ring stole my idea. Yeah, no, it really is like there's so many cool product ideas and like yeah, sometimes they just get stolen, man. But yeah. All right, guys, I will start heading out for the day. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. And make sure to subscribe, and I will see you hopefully Wednesday to check out Samsung's announcements and to immediately purchase my stuff. Thank you guys always so much for watching. This has been RICKY, the YouTube Tech Guy.